What's going on, everybody, and welcome to trade deadline day here in our NHL 25 Be a Pro Goalie career. The day has come. It is finally upon us. The day before the GMs decide to blow up all the rosters that we have come to know. It is my favorite day. It is my favorite part of any season in these playthroughs. You have no idea what's going to happen. Nothing's safe. I mean, even though our team is doing extraordinary, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple trades here and there as well. I also wouldn't be surprised if we keep the roster the exact same, but it'll be very, very cool to see what other teams make a lot of moves to either try to push for the playoffs or set themselves up for the future. So we do have a game before us. We're going to jump right into this game to not waste any more time. And then the second half of this video will be simulating through that trade deadline and seeing where we can point out some key roster changes. So let's dive in. We got a matchup against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sidney Crosby is in town. It's another home matchup. So if you remember, we were on a pretty lengthy away streak for a couple of videos there about a week or so ago. Now we're getting back into home. We're getting into those points of the season where we're getting a lot more home games, but it should be a fun one. My entire mind is just, try to piece together a good game. We will deal with all the aftermath of the trade deadline shortly. But for now, we're here at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Deadline looming. Boys are playing extremely well. There's no reason to think your job on this team is in jeopardy or you're at risk of being traded. Who knows? I can't say for sure. But let's piece together a good game and try to squeak out 2 more points as we approach the playoffs coming up next. Malkin across to Crosby, and we'll touch that puck for the first time this game and make our first save. There's the numbers. Tristan Jarry, 49th game now, 908. So we've run into some pretty hot goaltenders through a big majority of the season. Right now, we're kind of the 1A, 1B. I would say we're definitely more 1B. But both goalies are playing so well, it alleviates some of the pressure on Adin Hill to have to start every single start. And we're getting some pretty good games as a result. We got a good goalie tandem. We're getting set for the playoffs. Gives both guys a little bit. Oh my gosh. What a blast from the point. It rings it off the pipe. And we will hold on to this one as we're under siege here in the first minute and 20 seconds. 5 shots already for Pittsburgh. A little bit of a sluggish start. Full pressure now for the Pittsburgh Penguins. We'll see if Crosby can win against Jack Eichel. No, Eichel will win that one cleanly and at a very fortunate time. We've seen a number of issues with losing that faceoff while full pressure is activated. It allows the other team to get settled, get set up, and put some extreme high grade A scoring chances onto the net. Eichel now back for Barbashev. He just whiffs on that puck as he sails his stick over top into the corner now. Pinched, and the kick goes free to Pettersson. Pettersson back to Erik Karlsson. I believe he was the one that took the blast from the point that ringed off the crossbar. William Karlsson. Oh man, this is going to be a confusing game. Couple Karlssons. Rust back to Erik Karlsson. Crosby now for his line mate Malkin. So I was talking about the trade deadline. I didn't see where Pittsburgh's statistics are this year. If I'm not mistaken, they're just slightly above 500. They still got a really good team. And if they're getting okay goaltending from Tristan Jarry, I don't see why they haven't pieced together a pretty solid, season up until this point. But I was looking through some old videos. I was trying to remember some of the playthroughs that we've had. And my, oh my, is this just... I keep saying it, and I sound like a broken record, but what the Vegas Golden Knights are doing for us in this playthrough is literally nothing short of a miracle. Like, the amount of goals we're scoring, it's getting closer and closer to 5 goals on average. The good goaltending we're getting from both guys, that's William Karlsson on the side of a net. It's a play from the point. I think it may have been Noah Hannafin. He waits up here. Who is this? No, that's Whitecloud. What a play by Whitecloud. We've chirped him a little bit, and on the night before the trade deadline, he is trying to make an impression with this team because I think that might be a weak link where somebody could be traded. We could pick somebody up, but what an effort there. Patience in the top of the faceoff dot, and the puck jumps over as Tristan Jarry tries to sprawl out, and William Karlsson from an extremely steep angle as a lefty is able to find that far post and bank it in past Jarry for his 25th of the season. Another remarkable year for a great player. Michael Bunting now back to Grzelcyk, who cuts in and loses that puck to Noah Hannafin, who pushed him down. Holtz now back to Hannafin, joining the rush, a little backhanded play So this line right now, maybe everything we talked about in the last video is finally starting to sort itself out. As there's a play loose, Jari is on the ice, swimming, just flailing his arms and legs around, trying to get in position. And I think for him, it was more the defense finding that puck before the forward of, actually, it may have even been Noah Hannafin, but the Vegas player was swimming all around his. Now Michael Bunting will get a shot right in front. We'll steer that one behind the net. No harm, no foul, as there's a battle behind the net brewing. Hannafin against Michael Bunting, gets that up to his defensive partner. And now kicked along the boards. Third line shift starting here. Waugh. Nicholas Waugh into the Pittsburgh zone. Looking for an outlet pass. Finds Colasar, who spots Dorofeyev. I actually started a fantasy mode in or franchise mode, I guess. It's not called Be a GM anymore. The franchise mode. And that game mode is really good, guys. Like the menus and the new coaches, everything in that mode is really fun. I started as an expansion team, and I actually drafted, or expansion drafted. They didn't protect him. I actually kept Dorofeyev. He has turned into such a god on my team. He's playing on the second line as opposed to the third here. Obviously, being an expansion team, you don't have the luxury of having, you know, superstars on your top line. And a big save on Melk. Was that Melkin? No, that was Rust, who was lined up right in front of the net. A big one-timer, and we're able to read that one perfectly. But yeah, anyway, Dorofeyev has become one of my favorite players on my team. And, I mean, he's having a great year for us here on the third line. The guy's just a good player. You watch him in the real world as well. He's fast. He's skilled. He fits in nicely with the Vegas roster. Crosby now up to Pettersson. Pettersson looking for an outlet pass. Loses that, and now it's turned the other way. Eichel in deep. Finds Hannafin. Hannafin backhand, forehand, backhand. And he gets robbed in front by Tristan Jarry. A great effort there, and Hannafin has looked very good in this game. Remember, he had a big mistake in the last episode. We hadn't really called him out negatively in a very long time, but under pressure, he threw that puck back in front of the net that led to a goal. Cleaning up his game here, has looked good defensively, has shut people down in the neutral zone, and he's gotten a couple of really good looks towards the net as well. So Vegas off to another good start, 1-0 here in the first period with 7:48 left. It'd be cool if, like, in this game, I have so many ideas that EA could do to make this game just infinitely better, and I don't think a lot of people would disagree with me on some of these things. But one idea would be cool is if it recognizes that it's a trade deadline. Would it not be cool to, like, put some banners at the bottom or during whistles that say, like, this player got traded today, like, breaking news, this player got traded during here, or, like, I know that's so far-fetched and you don't need it in a game, but just little things to make the game just that much more enjoyable, that much more realistic, I think would be really cool. Or even if you play with the announcers on, have, like, James Cybulski be like, oh, well, we got news that, you know, Toronto Maple Leafs are shipping X, Y, and Z over to this team for the return assets. Like, I just think little things like that would be really cool. Hurdle with a shot directed towards the net. It's blocked. And now Eller. There's a broken stick in front of my net. We actually have to be very careful. Oh my gosh, I slid it out of the way. Can I poke this away? A turnover. Okay, it looks like it's out of at least the front of the net. I might come out here a little bit and just kick that way away from the front of the crease, because if a puck hits that, it's going to be cleared off the ice now. But if a puck hits that and it redirects up over us or down low or something, I'd feel really bad, but not to be had. Face-off will clean that off the ice. Jack Eichel down to take another face-off. He loses that one to Hayes. Graves, the young defenseman, through the neutral zone, finds Hayes. Graves to Hayes. It's tongue twisters in every game that we find. Rhyming galore. Hayes back in front, works it back to Graves, and there's a tip in front off our own player, and this is going to be sent all the way down. That's going to alleviate the full. Look at Tristan Jarry's stance. Does he actually stand that low when he's standing up? That's a really wide and really low goalie stance for Tristan Jarry. Raquel working along the boards against Stone, but Stone comes out with that one. Pietrangelo finds Barbashev, who does have a small step. It banks off the skate and went straight towards the net. That could have been very dangerous, but not to be, as Ricard Raquel will get this one back in for Hayes, back in front, and it's just an unbelievable play as Michael Bunting squeaks past the defenseman and gets in perfect position, and he will tip home the pass from Hayes for his 12th goal of the season, and that is just a beautiful 3-on-2 play here. You can see Michael Bunting just squeak past Theodore, who had turned around to look where he was coming, but by the time he turned his skates, Bunting was already free in front of the net, and he makes no mistake. as it's just a late reaction. We do get the bottom of our blocker or trapper on it, but it goes to the back of the net. Even if we didn't get a piece, it was going in anyway. So it's a good goal by Pittsburgh, a good bounce back. They've had a couple good looks here with up to 11 shots in this first period, and it is a late goal to tie things up. Theodore absolutely hammered to the ground. Kind of felt like he didn't have possession of that puck yet, but the refs will bat an eye towards that one, or won't bat an eye towards that one. Rust back to Graves, who gives it to Aho. A different Aho, I believe. I don't think that's Sebastian. Isn't there two Sebastian Ahos? I know it's not the one from Carolina. There's no way, even in this game, that they would trade him just yet. 1 minute left in the first period. Crosby. Sidney Crosby back. Drops it for Aho, who spots Graves. Russ getting to that puck first. You can see Crosby winding up his stick in front of the net. Got to pay attention to where he is. And some tense moments as the puck keeps shuffling towards our team, back to their team. A little bit sluggish here in the last minute of this hockey game, but the buzzer will sound and we will head to the dressing room tied 1-1. It's trade deadline the day before. It's a fun game, it's a close game, it's a physical game. But at the end of the day, we have a 1-1 tie leading into this second period. Let's get underway. We'll see if Jack Eichel can improve here. He's lost a couple of draws. Don't get me wrong, Crosby is an absolute unit on the faceoff as he pushes Eichel out of the way and will steer that one back to his defenseman with his skates. Stone under pressure now by Evgeny Malkin. Obviously some big milestones for himself and Crosby this year. It's kind of cool to see. I mean, it's not every day that you live through a generation where you're seeing like records being broken. Like what, Ovechkin is actually only like 34 goals away from breaking. Like, I knew that day would come. I did not think he'd be as good as he is this year, and he has a legitimate chance to break that record this year and then sail off into the sunset. But some milestones for Malkin, I believe it was, did he reach like a certain number of games as well as get like 500 goals? The guy is actually very impressive. Both these guys on this team have had long, good careers. Crosby, I would think, is an instant Hall of Famer when he's eligible. It's a time where you got goal scoring is back at the forefront. Goalies are not, I don't want to say not as good. It's just a different era. Their pads are smaller. They're trying to return to a goal scoring part of the history of the NHL to make it more exciting. And we are seeing goals in a heaps amongst the league. It's hard to get good goalie stats nowadays. Well, not necessarily good. I think just what people would classify as good has dropped significantly. Like, if you had goalies that were like 920 save percentage, like they were elite of the elite, or feel like elite of the elite. But a few years ago, that would have been like, if you didn't have that, you didn't have a great goaltender. Now that's significantly dropped. Around 100 save percentage is definitely okay. You got a good goaltender on your hands, and that's not always the case. That doesn't tell the full picture. But teams strive to have a number one starter that can produce those kind of numbers for you. Colasar now. Third line back on as Thomas Hertl is either double shifting or it's Colasar that is late coming out. Now, that does worry me a little bit since the second line is fully out and it's Colasar on the ice instead. No, you can see him on the edge of the bench. It's just Colasar has decided not to shift here. So I was wondering if Alex Holtz may have gotten injured somewhere on the play, but a couple mixed lineups here. Tip in front, and Ehlers is going to turn and rifle this one short side. It's another turnover in front of the net. I should have been able to make that one. I do take that, but when the shot's coming in and we settled down for a save, I mean, I got out as far as I possibly could. He just put that shot in a perfect position. But we turned the puck up again, which led to the point shot. It gets blocked by about 3 people in front of the net. Our goalie doesn't see that, tries to get over in position, and even though I felt like I was in an okay position there, a great shot by the forward to beat us under that blocker arm. It's 2-1. It's Eller getting down low. It's Eller doing the work. He finds that loose puck after it got blocked, and he'll beat us cleanly past the blocker. And I mean, this is kind of our second period, though. For as good as Vegas has been, for as many goals as we've scored in the first period, the second hasn't always been our friend. So we got to stretch out and make another save there. They're kind of just firing everything onto the net up until this point. looking for our 14th career win in our first season. We finally did break the rookie record a couple video ago, or last video, I actually think. Dorofeyev over to Waugh, who finds Colasar. Colasar back to Waugh, loses the puck, and it's Eric Carlson. Carlson will turn that into the corner and send a pass forward for Russ. Pietrangelo now over to his defense partner, Theodore. Some sloppy plays. We only have 8 shots, which makes me think we only have 1 in this period, and we're nearly 10 minutes down. But why did my guy immediately start running to the right? I may have been stuck on something invisible there, but nonetheless, Pittsburgh will get a touch on that one. Yeah, he's standing right in front of the linesman there. Cross-checks him in the neck. We're going to go on a power play here to try and tie this one up. We got to get some momentum, even if we don't score it. We're up to 25% now. Even if we do not score, we got to generate some shots and some pressure and make Jari work for this. Right now, he's been quiet. Carlson back to Theodore, and an easy shot, but it is one onto the blocker side of Tristan Jari. Shea Theodore with a big blast. And now some puck movement in front. Hurdle tries to send that one through traffic, not to be, but Stone works hard to get the puck back. Jack Eichel will rip it, and another block shot this time by Eric Carlson. Hurdle moving the puck. Switching spots is Stone and Hurdle. Theodore back, a shot. Nearly had eyes tipped just a little bit wide. Eichel working the body. We must be close to that full pressure now. This is a great cycle here as Shea Theodore will rip that one down. And here it is, full pressure. Can the boys do anything? Carlson alone in front. Cannot. Stone gets the puck back. And now Hurdle will wrist in. He hits the post with a deflection down low. Unbelievable puck cycling. It doesn't stop here. And now the net is going to be off its moorings. And for Pittsburgh, that is an absolute saver right there. A breath of fresh air. An unfortunate little issue in front that caused the body to hit that net off its moorings. And we will have to have another face-off. But what a shift from the front guys there. That's what you want to see. You want to see the puck being moved around. You want to see some good shots. We had a look. Hurdle, his shot gets deflected and off the post. You're that close to tying this game. Second unit now on for Vegas. Dorofeyev down low, back to Barbashev, who tries to go 5-hole, and another big save by Jari. Pittsburgh will clear this one all the way down the ice. It's going to be Nicholas Waugh under pressure. Pietrangelo now back for Ivan Barbashev, who tries to send it backdoor to Dorofeyev, who had a step on the defenseman, but pinched off again. And now they're forced to regroup as Nieto will win that battle. And this is just a great penalty kill from the second unit. We had a lot of momentum in the other end, but that's going to be pretty much it for the power play. You're going to see the player for Pittsburgh just head straight to the bench. It looks like, yeah, he was trying to line change. We actually had 5-on-3 in the offensive zone for just a moment, but unable to get the puck set up. Second line after the power play here for Vegas. You can see we nearly doubled our shot total just on that power play alone. That's the momentum that this Vegas team uses, and a big blocker save as that one had eyes for the back of the net, but it's steered up and over. Letang now, the veteran. Chris Letang down low, looking for an outlet pass. Finds it for Bunting, who throws it back across. Play broken up. Grzelcyk over to Raquel. Blocked in front. Big on the ice, laying down block by William Karlsson, who now in with Whitecloud. Gets it up to Hurdle, and Hurdle will go one-on-one with Jari. And he can't find a hole. 15 shots now for Vegas, and this is the response we needed. A very sloppy first 10 minutes. We get rewarded with a power play. Hard work. Cross-check. We get a lot of looks, and now there's only one man keeping Pittsburgh in this lead, and that man is Tristan Jari as he steers it into the corner. Full pressure again. You love to see this. Good puck cycling. Pietrangelo in front to Hurdle, who returns it for Holtz. Back on the net and 5-hole. That just pinballed off about 4 or 5 different things, and Alexander Holtz will get his 31st goal of the season. What a remarkable year for this young man. And it's just the puck cycling and the full pressure. You can see not a great shot. It gets tipped off the stick onto the skate, and you can see the reaction in front as the Pittsburgh player knew that bounced off him. It's actually Chris Letang's skate after Hayes dips it. Bounces off the ice. Jari looked down at the last moment, closes it, but he's just a fraction too late as that puck buries, and we will find it a 2-2 hockey game. We weren't able to score on the power play, but what a beautiful shift afterwards by the second unit. And Hurdle is just doing so much good work here on this second line. He was trading passes with Pietrangelo, eventually spots Alexander Holtz, and we find the back of the net as Barbashev and the top unit now on for Vegas. Big hit in the neutral zone over across to Stone. Stone with a backhander and a big save into the corner. Patterson now back for Rust. Rust through the neutral zone, finds space in Vegas territory, and Crosby tried changing directions on us. Where is this? Oh my lord. I don't know what my pass hit. It hit either a skate or a stick that was behind us, and it nearly trickled on through. So we'll grab that one, make sure that that doesn't indeed happen. And a big hit right in front on the captain, Mark Stone. 10-5 faceoffs in the favor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. A lot due to this man right here. Sidney Crosby just doesn't seem to lose him when he needs to. And that's the difference between an elite faceoff man and Jack Eichel at the moment. Eichel can be. He's having a fantastic year offensively, first in the league in points. But when we need him the most, he doesn't seem to have that extra oomph in the faceoff dot like somebody like Sidney Crosby. A couple good looks there for Pittsburgh. We'll make a couple key saves and we'll set up for another faceoff to our right. Now, the T-Mobile Arena is loving it here. And as we've talked about for the last few videos, especially in this one, trade deadline tomorrow. This is the last game for Vegas before any trades are finalized. Again, I'm hoping for minimal changes, if any. There is a couple room for improvement. You just don't want to see the GM go too crazy and break what's working. Holtz, Alex Holtz, passes it for Theodore, finds Carlson standing at the blue line. Hurdle makes a play over to him, but Pettersson getting his stick in the way of that opportunity. He'll turn it the other way. Now Carlson back for Alex Holtz. Holtz, open ice deke, but quickly fires it. And it's a good look as Hurdle gets in the corner, tries to feed Carlson in front, but it's turned the other way now. Beauvillier across to, I don't even know who that is. Woo! Some big turnovers in front of the net, and we make some big saves. I had to concentrate on the puck movement there for a moment. I forgot to commentate. Some unbelievable puck movement and a big save off the stick of, was that Eichel at the end of his shift? Unbelievable shot there and a better save by Tristan Jarry. That could have been a very late second period goal. It's something Pittsburgh definitely wants to try to get to the dressing room. Tied or leading is a great shot by Corsair, but Body's in front, able to block that one down. Bunting, Michael Bunting has the goal in this one, passes it back to Hayes coming off the bench, and we'll make a save there. Our 21st shot against, 19th save of this one. It's a busy game here, a lot of goal scoring opportunities. Both teams love to shoot the puck, and both teams find ways to beat goaltenders. But it is a dead even hockey game, 2 apiece in the last minute, and full pressure off that faceoff win. And once again, faceoffs seem to be an issue for this team. Like I've said, we find ways to get out of trouble after losing the faceoffs, but when there's high pressure and you need a defensive zone faceoff, you got to be able to come in. As now it's Eichel's turn. He loses it to Hayes, and this has been a very, very poor effort from the Vegas Golden Knights in the faceoff circle. Some scary moments behind the net. 6 seconds left in the period. We are absolutely drained of all of our stamina, but Eichel may have a step here. Finds Stone, and at the dying seconds, fires it 5-hole, and Jarry will close up and take this 2-2 draw into the third period. What a windmill save there by Tristan Jarry. Really good period nonetheless. It was very entertaining. It started in the favor of Pittsburgh, but ended in the favor of the Golden Knights. And you can see the stats, pretty even, close on shots, dead even basically on hits. Time on attack is 6 seconds in favor of Pittsburgh. Passing percentage is nearly identical. This is a pretty dead heat race. Who's going to win this one? We have 20 minutes left of the third period to decide this one. So with clean ice, Eichel finally does get a win over Sidney Crosby, and now he gets a return pass, heads down low. Malkin in position to break up that pass, and Rust is sent the other way, but Stone does a good job with his body like he has done all year long. Just some good effort in the neutral zone to find the hit to make sure that the puck doesn't enter, and that's Mark Stone in his patented favorite spot. And he just rips that one wide. Malkin now goes for the open ice deke, loses it as Pietrangelo will beat the man to the puck. Stone now. Mark Stone, he's gone crafty in this game. And right now you need to beat a goaltender like Jarry. Rust Over cross seam pass to Sidney Crosby, who drop passes it for Pettersson, and will easily steer this one into the proper spot for our captain. Barbashev, one-on-one, loses the battle, and iCUE will try and attempt a Sidney Crosby-like backhand, but only one man has that backhand as good as Sidney Crosby, and that's him himself. It is remarkable watching highlights of Sidney Crosby's career. I mean, the guy is absolutely a freak. It's unfortunately he had some injuries that he had in the early stages of his career, because he's already in such an amazing spot in the all-time points leader. But some of the goals this man has scored, like, yes, not as ruthless like Ovechkin is with his goal scoring, but you watch some of those backhanders he's made famous over the years, and it's just like, how does he elevate the puck that quickly in such a tight position? Thomas Hertl now up and over to William Karlsson. Goes to the side of the net, wins that battle. He is thrown off by a big hit by Raquel, but he gets right back up and helps out his teammate. And he gets that puck. Out of all that battle, it's going to be the man who took it into that corner and gets it back. As Hanifin now. Block shot, White Cloud with traffic in front that hits Hertl's foot and into the body of Tristan Jarry. You see Eichel and his line mate having a quick chat there, figuring out what they need to do to pot another one here in the third period. Hertl, face off, loses it, but gets support by Alexander Holtz, the speedy winger, jumps in there, and he gets a shot into the glove. Up high, I must say. It kind of rattled off the shoulder and fell into his gloves, but time on attack here has completely shifted, as this is another good 5-minute effort here to start the third period. Hertl with help again. This time Pettersson will help out for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and he'll send his teammate Russ down the ice. Hanifin back in front up to Karlsson, who spots Hertl. Crosby picks that pass up. So whereas the second period felt a little bit more structured, this one feels a little bit more loose. It just so happens that Vegas is winning some of the puck battles, as Holtz will break in and try and risk this one up and over the glove, similar to where our goal got scored on. He tries beating him short side. Jarry makes a good glove save. Face off now for Jack Eichel. Oh, baby, we're a few minutes away here from seeing what this NHL game throws at us. Hopefully they didn't tone it back. I love seeing all the crazy stuff. In my opinion, it makes for even more drama and more storylines. But there's also been past games where very little happens at the trade deadline. I think we got spoiled last year with GMs absolutely going ham, trading 4, 5, 6 players away and either getting assets for the future or getting replacement players. I hope that we have a fraction of that, and it should be a good time. Melkin now. Down low, spots Karlsson in front, and on the doorstep. Oh, my Lord. Karlsson with a really good shot. Just trickles past us, but we're able to spot it in the crease and get a glove on that one. That's always tough moments, man. When you got a guy in front, you know what the play is going to be. He gets a good shot, and he beats you, but thankfully the puck trickles to the left instead of back behind you. Face-off win there by Jack Eichel. Kind of a risky one, throwing that in front of the net. But he does win it, and now he gets the puck forward for Stone, who spots Ivan Barbashev, trying to dangle around Letang, but it's just that deke is so stupid. I really wish they would make it so AI don't try that as much. They'll try it when there's no pressure. They'll try it when there is pressure. They'll try it when it's, you know, they're not even in the offensive zone yet. That open ice deke, they gotta remove it or make it so it actually works for AI. I've rarely seen that work, and they try it so freaking often. 10 minutes left here in the third period as Michael Bunting trying to get around. Noah Hanifin will take a pretty hard shot. I gotta say, I'm impressed that he got that off, being hounded by Hanifin so much, but Bunting looked pretty good in this game. White Cloud now. Down low, gives it back to Holtz, who spots Hertl. A return pass, and that play is unbelievable as Alexander Holtz has his second goal of the night, 32nd of the game. And the Vegas Golden Knights will go up 1 goal here in the third period. What a given goal. Given goal. Hey, it works. Give and go that led to a goal as Hertl stops, returns it to Holtz, who just blasts it far side on Jarry, who really didn't have much of a chance on that. He was a little deep in his crease, but it was such a perfectly placed pass and a perfectly timed play that Holtz is able to get there. Hertl and White Cloud with the assist. White Cloud's look good in this one. Alex Holtz looking for a hat trick. I don't actually remember the last time, if ever, we've seen a hat trick from Holtz. We've seen it from a few guys. Barbashev, one of them. I believe we've seen Eichel and Stone possibly. It'll be very cool. I'm not saying he doesn't have one this year, just in my games, as he dishes it off and Carlson tries to go to the same location. Another good play in front, and the passing plays right now by the Golden Knights are sensational. But it's Pettersson who finds that puck and will get it up to Sidney Crosby, now pushed off the puck, back down the ice. Noah Hannafin spots Carlson. Carlson in. You can see him looking for that top left side as Jari has been swimming all over his crease tonight. A little bit too much for my liking. The desperations haven't really been working for him and have led to some scary, tense moments as Stone hops on. 2-on-1 here with William Karlsson. He opts for the shot and it goes wide. Another big save. This could easily have been a 4 or 5 goal period alone. But Jari's keeping his team as much into it as he can. And we have the lead 3-2 with 6 minutes left. Barbashev now back down the ice through the neutral zone. Ivan Barbashev across to Pietrangelo. And he had the left side open. I'm kind of surprised he went far side. Maybe looking for a bit of a rebound and just got it up too high. So 15th in the league for Pittsburgh. That kind of gives you an idea. That's actually really good. Like, I know ours says first, but that's the overall league. So if it's the overall league, Pittsburgh's sitting nicely in the middle or just ahead of the middle, which means in their division, they're likely in a playoff spot. That's usually what that tells me. Barbashev in front, and I mean, these plays are disgusting. That's Mark Stone outworking the defenseman of the Pittsburgh Penguins. 41 goals, and we still have a month and a bit left of hockey. There's the effort right there. Barbashev strips in a nice little, like, watch this little, like, pirouette step he did to find Eichel. And I mean, if you leave Eichel alone in the slot, down on one knee, 82.2 mile per hour, he is not going to miss that. In fact, I want to take another look at that effort because that is, the plays we're getting from some of these lines are just, it's so fun to watch. This is a play into the corner. Instead of getting it down or back passing it, Beauvillier gets it along the board. It's actually Barbashev, not going to lie, doing most of the work, pinning him along. He gets his body in there. Stone finishes the job. Look at that little turn he does. That's such a beautiful little turn that the AI does to get clear of the defenseman. And yeah, I mean, I don't even care that the one-timer mechanic is overpowered. Eichel's not missing that, even if it didn't exist. So 73 points for Mark Stone, 88, 4 above McDavid. So McDavid having a bit of surge here lately. He was about 8 points ahead of him. Eichel with his 41st goal, assisted by Barbashev and Stone. And I mean, what a year from Jack Eichel. He has worked hard all year. He's done very well. I think he could still be a better player in this game. His AI doesn't seem to really grasp the center position all that well. But if you take that away and you look at the point category, what he's been able to produce for this team, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Barbashev off a face-off win, so hearing me calling him out, he gets the job done, but Barbashev tries that open ice deke and he gets sent to the ground. Eichel keeps it in. Jack Eichel, one-on-one, shoots it. And it's a great save there by Tristan Jarry. 4-2 hockey game with sub 5 minutes left. Grzelcyk up to Letang. Chris Letang down low. He tries firing it. I'm going to keep playing this puck. This has been a, oh God. Maybe I shouldn't keep playing the puck because I forgot that our computers do dumb things when I do that. Anyway, close call. We got it down the ice and Jarry will hang on for another face-off. 34-31 are the shots. The goals are obviously in favor of the Golden Knights right now. But if you saw that on-ice graphic, it said something like 67 hits. This has been a very close game, I will admit. We've broken it open here in the third period, but it's been a very close, very exciting game. Chris Letang now up to Sidney Crosby. What does Sid, the kid who's no longer a kid, have in store? And that annoys me. That is such, I mean, we just scored twice like that, so I can't be upset. But my word, is that such an overpowered feature that the AI just delivers. This is Crosby going down low, spots Letang, and I mean, we're in a good position. We got a body in front of us to block the shot. It somehow finds its way through, and Chris Letang, who dropped into the seam, beats us under that glove. And I mean, looking at it from that angle, I think I can just credit that to a really nice shot. It is what it is. Like I said, it's a tough play to read because you don't, like, you would assume that the AI does this. If anything, I actually expected Crosby to go down lower, but it's a beautiful pass. Sid the kid gets that under the skates. And I mean, maybe actually even from that angle, maybe it's just, I take back everything I just said. This is our own defenseman, Shea Theodore, in a bad spot to block that net or block that puck. He's on the left side, right side from our perspective. He's taken away our eyes for most of the shot. He's blocking that side, but I just don't like if we're looking at this, looking closely at our goalie. I don't think our AI saw this. He does not even see so this is just bad positioning by Shea Theodore. I'm not blaming him on the goal. I still think my goalie should have been able to react to that a little bit better. But that's just a bad positioning to block the shot. And Chris Letang off a beautiful feed from Sidney Crosby will get the job done, cutting this lead to 1. And the exciting game continues. We ain't done yet, folks. 3 minutes left in this third period as Russ comes in for a shot and it's steered wide off the block. Carlson back in front. And some tight moments here as Pietrangelo finds that loose puck. Holtz down low through the neutral zone. Can he bank his hat trick? It's a good stick once again by Erik Karlsson, who feeds the pass forward to Sidney Crosby. There is no way that just happened. And that's what I thought he was going to do. And that is why. That is so lame, dude. As Sidney Crosby streaks in, he tries to return it for Rust. Oh my gosh, my guy came off the post for quite literally no reason. Why did he move? It's because Rust was there. The goalie AI was trying to position myself towards the puck. And I'm not even going to watch that one as Sidney Crosby finds a way to tie it from on the goal line in the corner. And that is so aggravating, man. That sucks. Here we go. Not done yet. Like I said, you got to shrug off the crappy ones because they're right back at us. 4-4 hockey game with identical shots. And this game can't be any closer. 1 minute left in the third period. We were up by 2 late. They have found a way off a beautiful play and a garbage goal by Sidney Crosby. I should have been hugging the post. I mean, right there is a prime example of why hugging the post is a good thing, even if it has janky animations. If I had that button squeezed down firmly, my guy stays connected to that post. Instead, my guy's animation turns him towards the pass intendee, leaves that open, and it banks off our skate and in. That is just such an unfortunate goal. Pettersson now in his own zone under pressure by Barbashev. Can this last little stretch of effort here be rewarded? Looks like Karlsson's just going to play the puck, but EVGA with a good effort of his own to strip that away. And Vegas not going away. They've been scored on twice. As Sidney Crosby now gets it across to Bunting. And a little bit of a weird one. It was kind of a knuckle puck. Hits near the top of our crest, near the shoulder. And we're able to track that one down and hold on with 9.9. Hey, at the end of the day, it's not the stats that I want. It's garbage, but it's still a very entertaining game. And a face-off win there. Malkin back to Letang, winds up. Barbashev up to Whitecloud. Can the man Whitecloud? No! Whitecloud! Oh my God. And on the night before the trade deadline, the man has a chance to show he belongs on this team. With 3 seconds left, he decides to give it to the goal scorer. Don't get me wrong, on any other time or any other play, that's probably the right option with how hot the stick of Jack Eichel has been. But you gotta just go in and try and at least shoot or maybe even deke out. Funny play there by Whitecloud, but we're gonna head to overtime. We will pick up a point, so will Pittsburgh. And it's gonna be Crosby, Malkin, and Erik Karlsson, against Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, and Alex Pietrangelo. It's gonna come down the ice it's going to come down the ice for a face-off after an icing play. As Crosby against Eichel. Come on, Eichel. Win a face-off in our own zone, please. It will not be as Crosby wins it back to Erik Karlsson, who loses the puck. And now, odd man rush the other way. Jack Eichel has a step, passes it to Pietrangelo, and he tries to go short side, and it's a great save there by the goaltender Tristan Jarry. And we had a look. We haven't been that great this year in overtime periods. Can we break the overtime curse, or will it be Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins that win this last contest before the trade deadline, before March? Actually, we're in March. Trade deadline's late this year. As Karlsson breaking in, gets a shot. It's a good shot. It's a great rebound, but we steer that one perfectly. Pietrangelo now He has Mark Stone going forward. Mark Stone loses the puck, but it goes perfectly to Pietrangelo. And Alex Pietrangelo deking out, and he can't get the job done. And now we got an on-man the other way. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. It's happened again. Evgeny Malkin out of gas. Oh, my Lord. It's... Why is the AI in overtime so bad at reading plays? Why is it so hard for them to make a good play? As the man himself, Sidney Crosby, will get that rebound off the stick of Erik Karlsson. Malkin was out of gas. We did a good job catching him, but he passed it off. Erik Karlsson makes the perfect rebound cheese. And who else but Sidney Crosby to find that one? You can see Malkin looking for the pass the entire way. We're going to break down this play in just a moment, but once again, what a horrible effort by the Vegas Golden Knights. For how good offensively they are, overtime has never worked out for this team, and we'll watch this here quickly. Watch how lame duck this effort is. So it's a great effort. I mean, we needed to score on one of these. I know it's a defenseman, but Alex Pietrangelo has to score on one of these 3 breakaways. It's a good effort here again. A great save, barely. He gets tripped up there. It's Mark Stone down. Why is Pietrangelo? Why is he coming down to help? It's 3-on-3. Okay, so he steers that back. That's fine. Eichel, he's beating Crosby at the moment. He stands still. He stands still. And that's it. And the rest is history. He tries to pinch off Crosby. All 3 Golden Knights players behind pretty much all 3 Pittsburgh players because Karlsson found that open space. And I mean, it doesn't get that much easier for Sidney Crosby. So unfortunately in this video, we are going to lose once again in overtime. And our overtime woes just... Oh, we got to find a way to fix that, boys. But it was still a very exciting game. That last goal by Sidney Crosby going into overtime is just the most unlucky thing that we could have had happen to us. We're going to take the loss. We're going to duck down a little bit on the statistics for the season, but we're going to have to just forget that one as we go into the next game. But forget it early because we're going to the trade deadline as Eichel has a conversation for us here. What's he got for us? Michael, how does the History Museum sound? History Museum sound boring? Is that the only thing to do in Pittsburgh? There are plenty of things to do, but for now we've decided the History Museum. The coach just called me. Sounds like I have to stay off my feet till next game. What's in it for me if I go along? You have the chance to learn something new, and you'll be... These conversations are so stupid, man. Whatever. We'll just tell them we don't have time for that, to be honest. They got to get rid of some of these cheesy... There's no way Eichel on ice would go up to a goaltender and be like, hey, man, we're going to the History Museum. Don't get me wrong. I'm a history buff. I love history museums. They would never say that. All right. Regardless, forget that game. Forget everything that just happened. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. The trade deadline. Let's see what happens. So we know nothing's changed so far for our team. There might be no changes. If there's not, we'll quickly look at the stat page and see if we can spot some differences. It's going to take a minute to simulate. They got to go through all of their calculations, all of their trades, all that sort of stuff. Trade alert at the bottom for Detroit. Dallas Stars traded first round, 2016 first round, and White in exchange for Gustafsson, Comfer, and Lagesson. That's an interesting trade there. So it is come and gone. It is officially kaput. Trade alert for Boston. All right, it would appear... Okay, we made absolutely 0 trades in terms of our forward core. Probably the right play. We made absolutely nothing in terms of our defense. And does that continue with goaltenders? There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our trade deadline has come and gone, and probably rightfully so, have made no changes to the roster. We're in a good spot. We're first in the league. We know the chemistry we've built out. Last game aside, couple fluky goals. It is what it is. Am I able to swap teams in this page? It doesn't look like I can really... Is there a way for me... Let's put some training points in before I forget. I'm gonna put some in a glove. That glove effort was horrible that game, man. That goal just can't beat us there. But I don't see anywhere where I can view other teams' lineups. So I think the only thing we can really do is look at the Stats Central and just see if we can, you know, pull out any discernible differences. So this is for the Golden Knights. If I switch to the entire league, obviously McDavid's not going anywhere. cooches, and like this is the thing that I hate with this is I'm not really able to see the lower end guys. I wish there was a way for me to go into each lineup. These all look normal so far. Draisaitl, Bedard, Pasta, Stammer. Stammer's having a good year on Nashville. Not bad, 67 points. Mitchell Marner, Holtz. See, we're just gonna have to play some games, and this is the only thing I don't like about this game is it doesn't let me view other teams' lineups to try and find out where some trades may have happened. Barkov, Teuvo Teravainen, Brad Marchand, Kadri, Aho. Doesn't look like we really got any trades for the big guys, which doesn't always happen. We saw it a lot in last year's game. That's not always the case, though. A lot of these guys will probably jump teams in the offseason when there's signings. Rupe Hintz, Burakovsky, Joel Eriksson Ek. Is Eriksson Ek on Boston? Oops, what am I doing here? Where's his stats? Can I not see his stats? Can we really not see anything of these players, man? I feel like Eriksson Ek may have been a trade. Is he playing for Boston right now? I don't remember. I don't think so. I think he's playing for... I don't remember. That may be a trade right there. I can't remember. William Karlsson, Kachuk. I still don't see like anything really out of the ordinary though. Which, again, might be the case. There's a lot of really good teams right now in this video game who are having good years. Might not be worth trying to shake things up too much. Tage, Connor Zary, Jordan Kyrou, Rob Thomas, Patty Kane, Keller, Kuzmenko, Matty Beniers. Yeah, we may have been a little unlucky with not being able to see other teams' lineups. It's a bit unfortunate. I was hoping, I didn't even realize that you can't see other teams' lineups. So we're going to have to just unfortunately do it the old school way where we're going in and we're seeing, like, is there really no way I can view other teams' lineups? Like, is that not a thing in this game anymore? This seems so silly that, like, I can't switch it to other teams. Milestone, coach feedback. What if I go like here, go here? No, that doesn't do anything either. I guess I could try and switch it from here and just go through people's teams quickly. Oh, forgot that they have all the division stuff up front. Okay, Carlson, Stroh, McTavish, Killorn. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Thompson, Quinn, Tuck, Cousins, Kopp. Maybe a few smaller trades here. Nothing crazy. Well, you guys can let me know. Let me know in the comments if you guys know if Be A Pro has like anywhere I can look at a trade transaction list or a team lineup somewhere, because right now I definitely don't see it. It's kind of a bummer because I was looking forward to it so much, but hey, at the end of the day, the trade deadline has come and it has gone, and we are officially still the same team we were yesterday, and we're making that push to the playoffs now. It's about a month and a bit away, month and a couple weeks really. There's the schedule. You can see it. Not a lot left. 42, 13, and 7. The boys are in a great position to get to the playoffs and make a run at Lord Stanley. So until the next episode, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bells. We're on the road to 2,000 by the end of this calendar year, and we're so damn close. So smash that button. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you take care of yourself, and we'll catch you back here in the next video. Bye, guys.